Hi, my name is Pascal. Let's talk about mental reprogramming. Let's say you're up against a situation like one of these, and you feel it's up to you to do something about it. Professional situations like these, you feel you have a shot at solving the cynicism you perceive in a team, there's an opportunity coming up, you feel it's important to have an important talk with your boss, or personal situations like these. You see a bad relationship trend in your family that needs to be addressed. You've discovered something important about your son and you need to refocus on that. Or you're the type to be overwhelmed by all the situations at once and you just need to get organized. If it's up to you to do the next step, this is where some mental reprogramming techniques can help. The two mental reprogramming techniques are have-done lists and mental models. They'll help you increase your odds to make that change happen. I've used them to change many situations in my own life and are particularly useful if you're interested in changing or improving many problems, if you have a tendency to make big inventories before making a change, or if you have the tendency to think of everything before you start on something. If you're that type, you're in for a breakthrough with these techniques. Let's focus on this one here, talk with my boss. Let's say you have a to-do list like this. Work on the project, answer support emails, have a talk with the boss about changing the way we do things. Two of these are a no-brainer, but one of these definitely is not a no-brainer. So imagine that you're at the end and you're asking yourself this key question. What if things went really well? What will you be celebrating? Imagine the end of something and write statements like these. By the end of my talk with my supervisor, I'll have obtained her okay for the new way of working, and she'll have obtained respect, for example. And so you see, have done lists, it's about changing your focus, pretending you're at the end, and at the end you will have, and then the list is composed that way. Now we're gonna improve this list. So you rewrite it until it rings true, that it really says what you'll want to have achieved at the end, if all goes well, in order of most true to less true. So by the end of my talk with my supervisor, I'll have obtained a change in the way of working, obtained a change in the way we work, communicating my concern with the way it's working right now, and shared another alternative. And she'll have obtained an authentic and frank discussion, and she'll have obtained a key player on the delivery of the new project. So this mental muscle you're training by thinking this way works on pretty much any timeline, right? Both really short or really long, like before the end of my conversation with my boss is one, but before the end of the day, I'll have, before that big opportunity coming up, I'll have, before the end of the year, etc. You can also turn your influence over a broader group, like this have-done list, for example. By the end of the holiday party, we'll have, and then you think of how everybody in the group that you're looking after will come out at the end. But how do you know your choices will be good for others? Let's look at mental models. Mental models are these lenses that affect the way we see things, biases, conclusions, preconceptions. We are under the influence of our mental models. And so we need to make an inventory of them, clean them up, and rewrite them as needed. So the key question I use is this: what am I so convinced of? So I write it down. Unless things change, it'll go bad. Another thing that's going on in my mind is, what if I propose a change? She'll be defensive. And also, surely my manager has thought of the problem already. So let's look at each one and tell ourselves the truth about them. So you answer yourself on these mental models. Unless things change, it'll go bad? Maybe. If I propose a change, she'll be defensive. If I make the vulnerable first step, I might learn something. So maybe I want to go back to my list and put that as another objective, another have-done idea, that by the end of the conversation, I'll have learned something from her, and it's less about her listening to my point of view, but maybe I'll have learned something from that first conversation. That's going to make for a better situation for her too. Surely my manager has thought of the problem already. Well, maybe she did, but maybe she wasn't ready to talk about it because she had no solution. And so maybe you're going to create an opportunity for a great discussion if you broach the situation. With both have-done lists and mental models, we're catching what's in our minds, right? We're rewriting it, and we're preparing ourselves to improve a complex, important, consequential situation we care about and that we think we have a shot at improving. So if you care about solving situations like these, I feel there's no greater urgency than for you to get ready to say, yes, I'm gonna do this, it's my turn, it's up to me to do this. I'm going to give it the best shot. I'm going to remove my natural tendencies to do it. I'm going to visualize a better outcome. I'm going to pretend as though things went really well. And I'm going to tend to my mental models to make sure that I don't go on a path that isn't true. I make an inventory of them and put them aside, rewrite them, and do the right thing. To learn more, visit the link to my website below, or follow this YouTube channel for more videos on mental reprogramming and how to apply these techniques. Hope this was useful. Thanks for watching.